G'day guys, it's Curly from Curly's Quad Shed Down Under. A really quick one this morning. There was a post on the page this morning about getting some bearings out of a wheel that was sort of rusted in there, pretty much. Now this wheel that had a circlip on the back, first of all, you do not need to take the circlip off to remove the bearings. The circlip holds in the hub, okay? Do not need to take the circlip off to remove the bearings, okay? Specifically. Now these ones that were on there are quite rusted in. This is a good wheel, so it's a similar wheel that has a circlip. That's why I'm using this one as an example. Now someone said, oh, I use a socket to tap them out. Well, you can't tap bearings without using a socket, because you see you can put bearings in with the socket. There's no way you can get the bearing out with the socket, okay? That's a lot of crap. So what you do is you find a nice flat hard surface, and you get a screwdriver that's going to pass inside the bearing, all right, in the bearing there, and you angle it down so you're catching, okay, so you're catching that inside race of the bearing. These slip in and out pretty easily, so, but you want it to come through, okay, so it comes through and catches the inside of the inner ring of the bearing, okay. So it's sitting in there like that, okay. This goes through and it hits the inner ring, the inside bearing racer, and then you get a hammer and you use it as a hammer, tap, 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 move it around, tap, 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 and then it'll come out. Now these were quite rusted in, so you might need to put some oil on there. Don't use WD-40. WD-40 is water displacement. It's not really a lubricant. In a pinch, you could use it, but just have to clean it off later when you clean your bearings. This is all on the proviso that you don't have a proper bearing press. Okay, if you have a bearing press, use that. Now the other thing that might be a problem is that those wheels might have had an inside spacer. Now the spacer goes in between the bearings, so you don't need that in metal hubs, but some people still put those in. If that spacer is in there and it's quite corroded in there, you might have to sort of try and get in there and wiggle this around to push that racer out of the way so you can catch the inner bearing of the inner ring of the bearing. So I hope that makes sense. So once again, you just get a screwdriver, one that's fairly old, a flathead screwdriver, and place it on a hard surface. Put the screwdriver in, so you just feel that inner racer, and then you tap, 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 go around the other side, tap, 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 tap. Once you have that one out, then it's fairly easy. You can get in there with a socket or something that goes through, and you can just tap out the bearing quite easy. Get a little bit of wooden dowel or something that fits within that diameter, and you can just tap it out. But once again, you cannot use a socket to take bearings out. You can use a socket to put bearings in, but not to take bearings out. Hope that helps. It was a bit of a quick one this morning, so I hope that helps. All right guys, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Love you all, and yeah, Happy New Year to everyone. See you guys, bye.